Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rose with Brooks Price Action Team. Today is October 31st, last day of the month. I didn't do the end of day review yesterday. I was quite busy. I couldn't find time, but I'll go through yesterday's briefly before I do today's. Is today is the end of the month, so it's tomorrow in the Brooks Price Action trade room. We have a free day. So you guys should join um, if you can. It's going to be a free day. Al Brooks is going to be actually starting the session. Is after that, both Tim Fairweather, Tim Stout, and Brad Wolf will join. Is I'm not going to be in this free session. But I'm going to be on probably Monday or Tuesday back on the trade room. So please don't miss it. It's a good way to sample the trade room. You can definitely sign up here. Um, com/rose, or just come to the Discord. And tonight, I'll definitely post it there. Okay, so here we go. You can sign up right here. Okay. All right, so yesterday it was very interesting. We actually gapped down and but we had a trading range from the day before. Yesterday is Wednesday, the day before is Tuesday, and we found support here. There was a bit of a gap here, so we found support 3 bear bars. You could have just measured this right here and go for a 2R. It's kind of almost did the 2R. You can also measure here and just take early profit. That's what I did. And then the market reversed very quickly with bar 4. Problem here for bears is that if they're still selling this, is they're going to be forced to exit out. Hold on a minute. Okay, so they're going to be forced to exit out of this trade right above bar 4. So it's very interesting that um, we immediately found support at the low of the trading range, and we're getting a reversal after so many points. There's quite a bit of selling here. That's more than 20 points selling. So now is most likely market is going to reverse another 20, maybe 40 points. So I bet this was actually 40 points. But anyway, so we're going up back to the gap. Bulls are showing us another bar 5. You should have both that bar or you can scalp a little bit and leave a runner. And now that we're taking out the one high with a bull close bar 6, you can also buy one tick above that bar or the close of that bar. Is bar 7 is getting very closer to the close of Tuesday, but it's by the close rally, so we're going up and wanting to test the prior high, so yesterday's high. Now we came up to the yesterday's high, but we did not really uh, tested, so we're getting a couple of double tops and double bottoms, probably final flag. Some will consider that as a final flag, but this is very strong. So if you sell here, you're basically looking for 2, 3 legs down to the moving average, and that's about it. So you have 2 bars, 2 dojis here. You got an inside bar right there at 13. Actually 3 dojis, and then finally we're started to close consecutive bars. You can simply measure quickly right there. That's your 1R, 2R targets. We came again very close, but we can't seem to get that 2R. But you can also, many will measure from is the close of 16 because 16 did not really take out the 15 low with a bare body. So better to stay a little bit of conservative there, and that would be your 2R. It had to pull back, but it doesn't matter. It's a strong bar 17. It probably wants to get another leg down. So we do have a wedge bottom, 11, 17, 22, and we have a bull bar kind of an inside bar. It's a variation of an inside bar, even though its low is lower than the 21, but I'm determining that as I look at the bodies. Bar 22 bodies completely inside of bar 21. So you get another bull bar. This is great. So we got a wedge bottom. I'm looking for a 1R. Since this is a trading range, I'm going for a 1R. I got the 1R, and this time it's pretty strong. But this bar right here, kind of a trap bar, okay, is because you're in a small trading range. Although the bulls see a bull flag here, wedge bottom bull flag, and it wants to break out, that's fine by me. It can break out and get to the 2R, one and a half, whatever. But is problem here is that there were sellers here stuck with 21, and they try to sell at the top of the trading range. There's a gap here. We test that gap with 26, and then we get another leg. So it's kind of a leg one, pull back, leg two, pull back, leg three now, and the leg three is failing. And we had high of yesterday. We didn't get consecutive bull bars above bar 81 high of yesterday, Tuesday's high. So now market is coming back down. So if we're not going to get to 2R, that we're going to reverse back down, probably the 25 or 26 lows, which we did test. And we're not getting any bull bars closing above the moving average. We have a bear gap body that creates a is implied flag, and another flag is and another flag. So I'm counting 3 flags already. A huge break down is now it's vacuuming down. We also tested a 21 low, and now we have a bear breakout body. So we're going to try to close this gap right here. Bears were selling here and stuck selling higher. They're trying to bring it back down to where they sold, maybe underneath bar 1, maybe underneath 2. And you could see bar 51 actually came down and tested underneath 2 where they might have sold. That is, they were looking for possibly a 1R and they couldn't get their 1R right there. You could see. So what do they do? They're not going to sell any of these bars. Obviously, there's nothing here. Retail traders are looking for a strong bear body. They got it, but they couldn't get a, did they get a break even? So if you're a bear and you sold here, and then you sell the close, oh gosh, you couldn't even get closer. But if you sold bar 11, you still can't do it. So you're going to be forced to sell scale in for the second time. They did that. So this time is another bar right there. This time, this is their average break even. This is their actual break even. And look, average break even accomplished, and we close the bar below it with that bar 48. So that means we're going to go and get that target, and that happens to be the actual break even. So good job, bears. They keep pushing it down, but one thing that bears failed to do there, they definitely failed to close this gap. Now, what does that mean? Well, technically they did, but I'm sorry, in theory they did, but technically they didn't because the bodies are not overlapping. Okay, so we needed to overlap this bull body or the bear body with bar 3 or bar 4. So that failed, so that we go up with a couple of legs. You got a strong tight bear channel. You're buying against 1, 2, 3, 4 bear bars. First up, so that's your first high one. Probably sellers above. We come down, and that's the first sell, and then the second leg up, and 57 is the second leg. I'm sorry, second sell. So bears are selling, and we come down, right? They want to come back to the 54 probably because they did sell there and they got stuck. We do come down to 54 and we test this area, but this is a big flag now. We have several flags. We have another flag here, maybe 1, 2, 3 wedge top, lower high, neckline. So this is going to get a measured move to the lows. Now here's how I measure it. This is kind of to me, this is a measured move. So I did sell actually, and I took profit there. So that was pretty good. But that you can actually extend it. You got another flag here. So market kept selling and selling, and we ended up closing. Sorry about that. We ended up closing the day pretty low. So is lower than this low. So now we have another double top neckline, and after hours we actually broke that neckline and we kept selling. So therefore, because of the selling, we ended up opening up, let me get this down, we ended up opening up pretty strong gap down this morning. Okay, And bar one is immediately, I had actually targets here, but I removed them after we meet the targets. But most of my targets today was from the hourly and the daily chart. So is we had bar one, super strong gap down, and but it's not a good, all that great bar. It's got a lower wick, pretty sizable. So is to me that's it's okay close. The body closed below its midpoint, and it's closing below the last week's low. So it's telling me it wants to probably break down. But I needed a second bear bar to say that this is a trend from the open, but we didn't get that. However, because you have this going on right here, this, think of this as a one big bear bar, and this right here is a small triangle, which means it is a bear flag. So market is coming down, and bears will sell below one, and they will trail their sell stop orders under bar two. Hold on, let me make this a little bit thicker. So bar two is, and then they will trail under three, and then the bar four is going to is activate their sell stop orders below bar three. So is you get a small flag there. Now it's coming down. You got a gap bar four, probably wants a leg or two down, so keep selling. And we're making new lows. I'm looking for at this point a three push down, maybe a leg one, pull back, leg two, pull back, and leg three. I got one, five, and bar nine lows, making a wedge bottom there. But the problem with this is, I mean, there's no problem. Obviously, you're not seeing any of this. We got a nice bar 10, but the problem here is that if you're buying this, you got three bear bars. To me, that's sideways and down, another leg expectation. So if you're buying against three bear bars, probably above 9, 8, and towards the 7 open, you got ton of sell orders lined up there. So limit bears are waiting there, and they want to sell again, right? And we sell again. So is maybe, and this was actually one big leg, pull back, second leg, pull back, third leg. So is now you're getting a wedge failure, okay? If we're getting a wedge failure, then I would look for a measured move down, okay? And that has been the measured move, so I always said that on the chart, so because it is the failure. But then we make another wedge right here. So the 12 and the 17 and the 19. And this time is bulls couldn't get the second leg up, but this time they get the second leg up. Is bar 20 is an outside up bar, but it is overlapping with 19, so it's a trading range. So if you're really buying the close of 20, you're risking a lot because this is a limit order market, and the bears will bet against, and they will sell the close of that bar 20. In fact, they did, and they tried to continue, but it failed. Now, if bulls are buying 19 close, bears are selling 20 close. Bulls will again buy the 21 close, and then you're gonna finally get. So you have to give bears and bulls twice buy and sell, and they just did that. So now we're getting a quick breakout, and that's the second leg up with bar 23. And we are testing around bar 13. We actually failed to test the bar 13 low. We came so very close, but that was a one tick failure. I did say that we're gonna go there. I was actually long with bar 22, but I ended up only scalping because we had a resistance right here. Here's what happened. I scalped bar 23. This was the resistance. Okay. Uh, so I had this was the resistance, but we didn't touch it because a lot of bears are probably stuck here. And you can see that bar 22 is a trap. It's a bear trap bar. So a lot of bears are stuck underneath 21. They will sell higher, maybe 5 points, maybe 10 points. They will sell higher. So they ended up selling at the breakout point, and they kept the small gap open. So that means we're going to come back and test the 21 low, if not 19 low. Market comes down and makes a new low. So, but now we have lower low, double bottom with 19 or 20 and 29. We have also two legs down from 23 high to a 26 is low, and a pullback 27, and then the second leg 28 and 29. but we're not getting follow through selling. Is now the bulls are coming in bar 30. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to buy this. I ended up buying bar 30. I added above 31. And then I went for, okay, so we have a couple of double tops and double bottoms. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to measure my 1R. So this was my 1R, and we actually reached the 1R. We went up, we came back down to the breakout point where the bulls bought. They bought again. That's maybe leg 1, leg 2, 35, pull back 36 and 37 second leg. And then we get another second 2 legs, leg 1, leg 2, or you could say leg 1, pull back, leg 2, pull back, leg 3. So this was a bull flag, but it failed to break out. Now, why did it fail to break out? Well, this is a trading range after all, right? So you have a trading range here. So I am finding my boundaries. At that time, this is what I'm seeing, okay? I'm only taking the bodies, not the this was the trading range. We came to the 50% and we tried to break out. Is what happens to the flags at the trading range highs? They fail and then they come back in, and then they also failed right around these resistance. So we do have, I told everyone this is actually a bear flag, wedge top bear flag. I'm looking for a lower high, and we got the lower high. So I have a trading range right here, and I'm looking for market to come down and test the midpoint and close a bear bar. If it does, we're going to come back down to the bar 29 lows, and we're going to probably test and try to get a breakout from here. So we just like the bull flags fail at the top of a trading range, bear flags can also fail. We got a bear flag here. So I'm going to extend this trading range. I kept extending. And I started to tell people, look, we're not really closing below this. And every breakout is failing, and I'm extending this trading range, but I'm not getting any joy here. It is wedge bottom, and it's overshoot, undershoot, and now it's reversing back up, and I have a higher low. I also have double tops and double bottoms, 2 sets. So I'm looking for, since we're at the lows, I'm looking for a two. I'm looking for 2 bull bars to buy. So here it is, and this is the 2 bar, and I measured my 1R, and I told everybody we need to take profit at 57.67. I'm sorry, 57.70. With bar 71, we actually, I believe already we tested that. Not 67.75. I thought we test that. We didn't. So one tick failure, but we came very, very close. So there you have it. And that is the 1R anyway. So 67.75. Good job, bulls. But we can't seem to go up further. So we come back down, and I had actually a threshold levels. And if you want to learn about how to trade a trading range and where the threshold levels to determine whether we're going to break out or we're not, or we're going to reverse back up, come join the trade room and I'll show you guys all those levels are pretty actually handy. So we come back to that threshold level, and bears actually failed with 73 and 74. We got buyers here probably. It's also a breakout, so there's a bit of a gap here. They can't close that gap. We just reversed back up. But now we're in the end of day with bar 76 close. We're gonna get a lot of probably institutions joining, and plus the earnings of Apple. I think I'm not sure if Microsoft, but Intel was on also, and I think Microsoft was on too. But it was a lot of big earning releases. So so you have to be careful here. We try to break out once again. Here we go. We try to break out once again, and we failed. So market trapped the bears right there, and you have 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 wedge top, and we also have a expanding triangle. This is a flag, by the way, y'all. So the flag right there failed, and it tried to go up and get above this, but it failed. The day was very bearish today, so we're forming a large double top or triple top, higher high. This is a trap right here, okay? Whatever you call it, it's a trap, so it's going to sell. First, they tried to have the lower high, and they tried to sell. It had to go up and trap once again. This is a typical day today, ends up actually having a new low. So is we have a double top and neckline. Bears are taking out the neckline with 74 low or 73, whatever. And that means I'm looking for a measured move down. So I'm going to measure from there. And that was my measured move. I actually had solid targets of this trading range. So we met those as well. And then, of course, the another earnings came out, and then we just reversed back up to the moving average. So very interesting day. So, and I'll tell you right now. Give me a second here. Let's see. Okay. So to me is I see bar. Let me clean this up a little bit. Oops. So what made me sell today? Definitely bar 4. Is definitely bar 12. Is I'm definitely selling them and looking for one or two legs down. Is we went into trading range is with 1929, and we have trapped, so it's kind of a manipulation. We're manipulating trading range high, fail to break out, trading range low, fail to break out. So you got a failure of a failure is trapped, and we're gonna go for a quick swing. So bar 30 and 31, starting a stop order market. I bought there, and then I'm looking for a spike is pullback 31. Eventually, we're going to come down and test the bar 31 high, but I don't expect no further down bear bars because bar 31 is the pullback bar in the spike pullback and channel pattern. And if it's a bull bar, we're never going to come down and test its low. We're only going to bounce from its high. And that's exactly what we did with bar 37. So I told everyone before I left the trade room is don't expect further down. Let it go up and test the 35. There are traders, bulls are stuck there. So we went up there, but we also failed to close above 35 high. Right there, I told them if we cannot close above 35 high, we're going to come down and retest now the 37, and then we could sell and test the 29 low. If market starts to close below 29, a bunch of bear bodies, then we can have new lows. So market did come down. So with bar 48, I sold. That was actually after a new high 45. That was my second entry short. So 40, 45 is low 1 and low 2. So I've got a bear flag there. 1, 2, 3. 23, 35, and 45. It's also high 1, high 2, high 3, high 4, high 5. There's no such thing high 5. That is actually a bear flag channel. So that means I'm looking for a second entry short. Bar 48 was the signal. I sold it. I'm looking for several legs down, but I'm not getting quick breakout. So I'm stuck in a trading range that's it's actually making new lows, but not with the bodies, with the wicks. So it's sideways, and the bulls come back in. So again, failure of a failure is swing. I'm looking for two bull bars. I got it. 65, 67. Market is trying to turn stop order market, but you are in a stop order market within a large limit order market. Okay, so this is also expanding triangle. Okay, so find your apex. Okay, if we're above it, we're bullish, but where are the consecutive bull bars? If we close below it, we're bearish, and we're probably going to sell back into this trend line. I mean, let's not be lazy here. So let's just find that. Right. So here we go. Look, we just broke it. So after hours, we could actually sell. So be careful because we have broken this. If after hours, market decides to actually, well, this bar actually went in and closed right around. So we didn't really close this bar. Very last bar is below, although market is still doing something. So give me a second. Let me take a look. Oh no, it actually did come down and test here, but bars need to close below this trend line, and after hours, that's how we would sell. Okay, so if they want to sell, that's fine, but I'm not going to trade it after hours. So tomorrow, we don't have a really good sell-off last couple of hours. It just simply came down, but we have a huge bear flag. So this could create a bear flag and sell. So after hours, we might actually come down, drift down a little bit more. Tomorrow, the by the way, on the hourly session before I left around 1:30, I told everyone these are our targets, and we actually reached them today. So tomorrow is today is trying to close, and it did, is a pretty strong bear bar. Bears are finally getting what they're looking for. Is this flag failed, so now we're coming down. This bull flag failed, so we're coming down. Created a bear flag. Is it's kind of a lopsided head and shoulders pattern. The neckline broken, and we're finally getting a bear close below the moving average. We actually gapped down. But look where we are. We are at a breakout test area, and we might continue to come down. I think the target is 27.75. So after hours, we might actually reach this target, 27.25, 57.27.25. Tomorrow, if we start to sell more, or even if we go sideways and down, that's going to drag the 20 EMA, this blue line, with it towards closer towards the 50 SMA. That red line is a 50 SMA. So if market is going to sell, it really needs to make this bar. So let me get rid of this. It really needs to make, not bar, the moving average move underneath the 50 SMA. Then we would get a lot larger bear bars, perhaps coming down and test these lows. That's kind of catastrophic. That's a lot. That's more than 200 points down. Now tomorrow we have, I think, consumer sentiment is some kind of news. So Friday could be very interesting, or this is going to be the first sell. We're gonna fade this, and if the bulls start to show up, they can also fade this, and but we would test this day's low, and then start to reverse, and then try to close this gap right here. Okay, so I think the bulls, if we become bullish, they will want to test this gap. But the problem with this gap is there are a lot of sellers there. So at the midpoint of today and the upper third, probably sellers waiting tomorrow. So even if we go up, we could actually sell. So I don't know what they're going to do um, for tomorrow. So today was a big bear bar. Bears need another consecutive, another bear close, and then another bear close would bring us down even further to the 200 SMA, which is support, but that would definitely make things a lot worse for bulls. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Right now, there is a tight trading range here, and the market is probably wanting to test inside of this. So I'm going to take that. You can see we have a little bit more room. We might come in here and test it. We might bounce and go back and test the midpoint of this day, which is today, and then come back and sell again. That would give us maybe 1, 2, 3, and new low, or double bottom, or something somewhere around here. I like to see 2 tests and then reverse back up, and we'll see. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Discord. I'm not streaming tomorrow. It's my day off. But I'll see you guys in November. So join. It's $99 a month. It's a full coverage of month, and we have full coverage of week. So Monday to Friday, you're not alone. So you get to trade with 5 of the streamers, including Al Brooks, and so it's about like $4.36 a day with downloadable recorded files for you to study. Okay, so go and sign up at brookspriceaction.com/rose, and I'll see you guys in the trade room. Bye, everybody.